who remembers what the quote was from the previous event where we talked about looking at home ownership differently? You didn't know you were going to do that. Okay. Almost. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And I want to share a little bit of my own journey here. I was hoping not to have to return to the school district this year. We've already started. Usually we say in September, but we've already started. We had an early start August 14th. And I was hoping not to have to return to the classroom. I really wanted to move forward 100% in my business. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but it's just delayed a little bit. And so I have changed the way I look at being in the classroom with young people. And I'm having a ball. I'm really enjoying them. They're wonderful, very bright, very intelligent. So just a little bit of a testimony about changing the way we look at things. I'm looking at it differently now and happy to be there, happy to be employed. And so forth. So let's talk about fear. There's an acronym out in the world where they say that fear means false evidence appearing real. Now, I'm really not too sure about that, but here's what I do know. I know that fear will mobilize you. Fear will paralyze you and cause you to not take action. What I have found as I read about successful people and as I listen to successful people, there's also the idea out there that says do it afraid. And so it's been my experience when I listen to them and I read success books that successful people are not, it's not that they don't have fear, but they do it afraid. And one of the things that helps them make that decision, even though they might be afraid, is they get a lot of information, which is what you're doing here today. You're here getting information, and you're coming to a series of workshops to get information, and that's one way we alleviate fear. So what they do, based on what I've listened to, they get as much information as they can. What I want to say to you is that if you have it in your head that, oh my God, I need to know everything about the economy, I need to know everything about what's going to happen in the next 10 years, it's impossible. No one can tell you that. So one of the things that you do is you get as much information as you can, and then you make a decision based on that information. If the information that you gather causes you to feel like, okay, I can move forward, then that's what you do. If the information that you gather says, okay, well, maybe not for me right now, then you don't. But the goal, one way to alleviate fear is to get more information. So there's another quote. See, I just love quotes. And so there's another quote. The quote for this lesson, the quote for this talk is, you can either step forward into growth, or you can step backward into safety. You can step forward into growth or step backward into safety, and I believe that's on your sheet there. And that's by Abraham Maslow. He's the one. How many people have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Yeah, that's him. Okay? So you can either step forward into growth or step backward into safety.